Hi, it's me. I'm the problem, it seems. At tea time, everyone agrees. I'll stare directly at the sun, but not in the mirror. It must be exhausting always rooting for the anti hero. Anyways, I have a fly in my room again. Don't know how I get in here. But let's look around real quick. I'm going to show you everything. Look at all these fight traps I have. Like four. God, look at that fly there. Just nonstop. Look how many flies. Just everywhere. Just flies everywhere. And sometimes they go into that hole too, which is crazy. And that hole goes into her apartment, I'm sure. The chick next door, who's really dirty and nasty. I mean, she doesn't clean. I know that. She's very dirty in that. But they go into that hole and they go into, I'm sure they go straight into her bathroom. So, and the thing is, you can't really have biomatter. Biomatter, they love it. Like, if you blow your nose or have dirty, like, napkins or, uh, like anything with, like, spit, piss, shit, loogies, menstruation blood, I'm assuming at this point. And do not leave your cups like that. Always cover them. So, because they like to crawl around here. So, and I'd never had this kind of problem before until I got sick and I got that HIV injection. So, this is all of a sudden after that, I just had an infestation of flies, just like non fucking stop. Like every day. If one's dead, another one comes. See, you can see those flies are hanging out. This morning, when I woke up from a fly. A fly that was caught in a trap, just screaming like hell. See? Screaming like hell. Like, how, why are there so many flies? Why? See? Why are there so many fucking flies? It's gross, right? You know for a fact I clean like hell. I clean like hell. See, I clean like hell. Sure, I got some dirty napkins here, but ultimately, my floor, that's paint, right? That's paint. You already know. See, that's paint. Because I like to paint. I like to do art shit, you know? And I always keep my vacuum like on guard. So, like, I'm always cleaning the fucking floor because, dog shit and whatever gets, trailed in. So, and I'll tell you this, once you get whatever I have, you can't walk that well at first, so you'll be crawling. See how clean the floor is? Yeah. Anyways, I'll show you everything. So yeah, the flies like to go into here too. Like they like to come out of there too. That goes up to Annie Wilkes's apartment. So, and they like to go into that hole right there. So, and I don't know where that goes. I think it either goes straight up into Annie Wilkes's apartment or something. But I know that hole goes into Debbie's, and they always go in and out of there. I don't know why there's so many fucking flies in my room. So, and then when we get to the kitchen, you always know I try to keep a nice spotless kitchen. But right now I'm working on trying to get some shit together, real quick. But yeah, I like to keep a nice clean home. So this is paint, art paint. See, it doesn't come off. It's paint. But ultimately, like, yeah, try to keep surfaces neat and tidy. Very neat and tidy. I'm doing some work right now in the kitchen. But yeah, Annie Wilkes, they like to go up in there too. So for some reason, they like to go up there. But they really like human mass, like anything that deals with like spit, piss, shit, snot, flesh, human flesh that's rotting. Um, and I Anywhere that you might have exposure, like open wounds. I think they're called bot flies. I don't know. But apparently on TikTok, they're all over the fucking country right now. All over. And I don't think they're from here. I don't think they're from America. I think they're from a place called Africa or some shit. Don't know how they got to America. But you really gotta disinfect and clean all the time. Just to keep them out of your way. It's a nuisance as fuck. Like I said, it doesn't help no matter what you do, though. They'll still come around you once you get sick. But anyways, I gotta do something real quick. I'll show you what I'm doing. So it doesn't look like some kind of weird security concern that I have no control over, and nor do I have the assets or the means to create such a catastrophe. So, yeah, I don't have those resources. All I have is a cell phone and nothing. Nothing. No. So I'm not the one that created this mass hysteria. I'm just the one that whistle blew it. That's all. Anyways, not all of us are gonna make it, I'm sure. We've already known the statistics on fucking TikTok. People keep asking, why the fuck are there so many of these flies? Are there dead bodies all in our apartment complexes? Because that's the only type of fly that goes after dead bodies, I guess. Yeah, these dudes like screaming. He's like, you gotta see this. I live in the most ghetto part of town, dude. Like the most ghetto part. And we just moved in here. And so far, the government has walled off this person's like apartment, and it's full of bot flies. I was just like, the fuck? I have those in my apartment too. Scary as fuck. But I learned to control them. I think. I hope to some extent. I don't know if my neighbors have, so that's another question. I don't think they're as smart as me. Especially not the next door neighbor or the one above me, Annie Wilkes or Debbie Fat Cakes. I'm sure she doesn't clean, but like ever. I don't think she's ever washed the dish in her life, I'm sure. Ever fucking washed the dish in her. God forbid you wear your shoes in your house at this point. You're just a fucking fool. You better have that fucking floor spotless. If you got a fucking carpet, whatever, cleaner, whatever, that, I do it, honestly. Whatever, it's called washer, carpet washer, whatever. Do it, throw Clorox in there. The more your house smells like bleach, the more they hate it. But for some reason, I can't keep them away from me in my room. Just for some reason. They just won't leave me alone in my room. So I'm pretty sure they go over to Debbie's place. And I know they go through the walls. I know that. So, and that's because of bad, like, architectural structure. Faulty this and faulty that. And lacking care of, like, proper... Like, I wouldn't even come in here if I was my landlord. I'd just stay the fuck away at this place. They're like, hell no. I gotta go home and fucking clean now. Thanks. Even when I told you fat meat is greasy, bitch. I'm sorry. Can't do anything about it, right? Don't want a national security concern, right? But anyway. So if you start seeing flies, you're fucked. Like a whole bunch of flies. I know that for a fact. So yeah. If you start seeing flies, you're fucked. I hate to say it. I hate to say it. I love you with all my heart, everyone, but I guess we all have to go at some time. I don't know. Who knows? But I always thought that fucking the 144,000 or whatever that was sent to heaven, that was like on the first trip. First trip from China, you know. They said first trip from China, that 144,000. That my aunt was a part of that crew, I think. I don't know what the rest of us have to do. I forget. Don't we just go through boils and shit? Boils, that's what bot flies do. Cause boils, right? And then they get like worms that crawl out of your skin. So, anyways. Sounds good in theory. But not in execution. You know. That's the difference between some people and others. Let's push it to an extreme, but we don't know how to pull back when it gets out of control. It's like heading over the cliff with the lemmings, you know. The lemmings, like in, I don't know, Sweden, Norway, or Finland, I don't know. It could be Iceland, I don't know. Greenland, maybe, I don't know. But they all like fucking, they all grow up, and then all of a sudden they just fucking, like, run to the ocean and commit suicide all of a sudden. And everybody joins in. Like it's a fun day at the fucking beach, except everybody dies. So, sounds good in theory, right? But, if you ain't got Mai Tais and fucking, like, oyster bars and frickin' fish chips places all over the place, what the fuck does it matter, right? If nobody can afford it, then why the fuck have it, right? So, yeah. I don't know, maybe China knows what to do. They always seem to do everything right. I don't know, not because I'm just Asian, because I'm saying that. Just that Asians know fat meat is greasy sometimes. Even when they try to be on the up and up. They know that fat meat is greasy. They usually try to take that precaution at first, and then they decide whether it's a calculated risk or not. Can we stop it? Probably. We need to know how to stop it if it gets out of control. But, you know, we had that first round. That first round was a mistake. Maybe the second round we get it right. I don't know. Let's use tech. Let's use, I don't know, AI. Let's just depend on AI for shit like that, you know? It makes a good, yeah. It makes for a good story. So anyway. I mean, you could take me out. I don't care at this point, but that means the rest of you go too. So far I've managed to make it this far. I know there's a lot that haven't made it this far. Definitely not as far as me. Definitely not. I'm like fucking Rocky Balboa now. If you know what I mean. How about how about some of those other guys? You know, thought it was cool. Tried it out themselves and then found out they couldn't make it. I don't know. Who's a bigger, badder ass, they thought, right? I kind of noticed that too. I haven't seen him in a while. I was like, damn, he's doing the same shit I have to do. Huh. Except he has a personal assistant. Yeah, I had that same problem the first couple of days. Like severely. But I didn't have medical treatment like that, so I couldn't, spread the love at that time. Some people are just up for a challenge. I don't know. Some people are just up for a fucking challenge, no matter what it is. They have to win any battle, regardless if it's a war or not. They usually don't end up winning the war in the end, though, because they're too busy trying to win every fucking battle. Not every battle counts. It's just about winning the war in the end, if you know what I mean. Making sure you come out on top in the end. Some people don't like that idea, though. They think that all the battles matter, no matter what. All the little battles, the nonsensical ones. They don't believe that fat meat is greasy sometimes, if you know what I mean. So, like, for instance, I don't think the North won every fucking battle they fought in the Civil War. They did. They didn't win every, but they ended up winning the war. So they ended up taking all that old money from the South, that old money from the South, and they put it in their own pockets up in the North where they were fucking poor bastards. So they basically stole a bunch of slave people's hard-earned money. That's what they did. So yeah, a bunch of y'all black slaves couldn't get back into the plantation after that. Anyways, the only time it's a national security concern is when you create it. Remember, I might be able to teach you how to survive this garbage thing. I don't know what it is. I don't know. But like the psychic said, she told me, she's like, something weird is growing in you. Something weird is growing in you. And the only person that can help you, or the only entity that can help you defeat it, is God. Is the only one. And maybe you can teach other people how to do it. Right. How to do it right. Because if they don't, we're all fucked. You know what I mean? There's only a selected few of us out there that probably are smart enough, that have that intuitive sense and ability. God's real, I wouldn't say chosen, but I'd be the ones that God knows are smart enough to know what to do in times of crisis like this, if you know what I mean. Because if you'd ask the people that created this mess, they'd die tomorrow. They're not going to survive but a week. Not a week. And it's not because of me. It's because they don't know how to follow instructions. They don't believe that fat meat is greasy. But most black folks know that idiom. Fat meat is greasy. Yeah. Like I said, that's where it comes from. Black culture in America. Fat meat is greasy. Even if I tell you 1,000 times that fat meat is greasy, you better listen at some point. You better know how to cook it. I don't know, cook it Chinese style. They know what to do with fatty meats. They'll render it down, I'm sure, make it all crispy and shit. And then after that, you'll have lard and on your hands, and I don't know. They'll probably dry it too, so you have extra. They'll make sure they have a stockpile of fucking rice too. Always a stockpile of rice, like a huge bag of Asian rice. And like tons of everything. Tons of everything. I would avoid meat though, if you could, probably because it's probably a bad idea. I don't know why. I just don't know why. But go ahead and take it at the first, like the first part, like go ahead. Meat is alright, first half, but after that, when your legs start blowing up like balloons, I don't know what you do after that. I ran out of meat. So, ran out of hamburgers from Great Value, Walmart brand. I ate them all. God, I'd love one right now. But don't worry. I understand. Some people don't understand that fat meat is greasy. So I don't want a hamburger anymore. Because I don't want more of whatever's out there, I guess. I don't know how it works. Like they said, you can get a pile up, a double up on viruses sometimes, like weird mutations. I already have HIV/AIDS. So I can't imagine what kind of weird mutated strain is developing out of that. You know, they said COVID, like they had that weird COVID, like, I don't know what it is with untreated HIV. Well, I don't have medication anymore. I was taken off of it. So I was taken off of my HIV medication. So I don't know. I've been on it for like years. So I don't know what kind of weird mutations exist. You know, with untreated viruses, God knows, biogenetic viruses that are illegal. Yeah. Biogenetic viruses, DNA strands that would ultimately kill a person in 1 week. Somehow I managed to survive by the grace of God. And I don't know if I hacked the code. I really don't. But we'll see. We'll see. Stand back and wait, right? And see. I don't mind being a fucking test lab rat right now. I don't. If it means saving lives. As for Debbie Fat Cakes and Annie Wilkes, and I don't know if Joy Erickson, she loves to drink, so she probably doesn't notice anything going on. And old boy over there, I don't know. He's always in and out at the very end. 1 minute he's in, next day he's out, you know. I don't know if he wants to be on Project Runway or not. So, but anyways, he can do him. I don't want to get too up and busy in his personal business, but I don't know. Him and Debbie Fat Cakes are friends, though, I'll tell you that. Better friends than me. She would have made a great candidate. She would have been out in a week. Me, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I should be out, but, you know, that just means, I don't know, less for you. Yeah, less for you. So, less for you. Less for you. That's it. Yeah, less for you. That, if I'm taken out, that means less for you. So, you don't know where. You don't know where it'll lead. So yeah, I don't mind. If you want to go and like run to Walmart and fucking like just throw shit at me and then take off, or just throw it on the ground and take the fuck off, But I don't know if it has to do with something like a 5-mile radius. I really don't know. I don't know if there's like some fucking like, I don't know. Is there a 5-mile radius involved? I don't know. I could only imagine fucking like bioweaponry would do something like that. I don't know. Fuck, I don't know. I'm not an expert in that field. I just know I gotta clean shit. That's what God keeps telling me. Just clean. Clean the fuck out of shit. I don't know what that means. So. Make sure you don't wear your dirty shoes in the house. Make sure your shoes are... Because you're going to be walking on the floor, and God knows what the fuck's on your floor. You know, so... I vacuum all the fucking time, so... But yeah, I wouldn't wear your dirty shoes in the house. Do like the Asians do. Don't wear your dirty shoes in the house. Make sure you always have clean socks on, too, and your feet are clean, washed. But that's like your main focus, too. Any parts of your body that you feel are just not up to par, you know. I don't know. I'm sure there's some straight dude out there that doesn't wash his asshole often. There's always one of those dudes. You know, that likes to make shit stains all over the place. That's definitely not me, though. I'll tell you that. I do it like the girls do it. Or the gays do it, if you know what I mean. I do it like the gays do it. The gay boys, how they do it. Summer's Eve brings back freshness every time. You know, yeah. You might need to do that, too. I'm dreaming of summer, cool breezes, fresh air. You know what I mean? So, yeah, especially when that weird shit starts coming out. It looks like a worm, but you're not real sure. It looks like a worm. It feels like a worm. It looks like a worm. Never had this problem before until I got that HIV, AIDS, Cabenuva, AIDS injection medication from Salina Family Healthcare from Dr. Leah Peterson and Dr. Kendra Smith. Since now she's a doctor, I'm sure. Dr. Kendra Smith. So I wouldn't come around me. Like, at all. Just throw shit at me. I just, yeah, throw shit at me. I definitely wouldn't stay around me. Just throw. Got this weird sound in my refrigerator all of a sudden. Just throw it. You know. The longer I can go, the better. Really hardcore disinfectant kind of soap. The longer I can go, the better. If I can get my bills paid, even better. Even better. But don't turn off the water. Don't turn off the water at any point for anyone. It has to keep going. It has to keep going. Electricity, water, and internet. Those are the three main things you need. If you don't have that, you're going to die, I think. If you can't survive on internet, electricity, and water, you're fucked. So, if you don't have those three elements. So yeah, green technology. Great idea. Sorry, boys. But I can't imagine right now trying to, I don't know, get gas. I don't know. Get gas at some point. Getting gas will be just too dangerous, if you know what I mean. So just charging up at a fucking, Sunport. It sounds crazy. It sounds like a risk. But in the end, it's your only option. You're not gonna have any other options. So I'm just trying to wing it as best as I can right now, so you know what to do in the future. You have it down pat. Like, you know exactly how to do this right every fucking time. See? Every fucking time. You'll do it right. You'll know how to do it right. You won't have to worry about nothing because you take all the right necessary whatever. Because you already know how to do it right. Someone showed you how to do it right. I'll get back to you real quick. I mean, I sound crazy. I know I sound crazy. But I'd rather be a lab rat right now. If you know what I mean. With just like the necessary supplies to keep it going. If you know what I mean. Because there's always drone deliveries, right? So we'll know we can do drone deliveries. That might be a good idea. Drone deliveries. Just drone deliveries from now on. Yeah. I still can't walk up to my mailbox or my garbage yet. So I'm trying to get there. I'm getting there. I'm starting to be able to walk, but I don't know if I can carry that much shit to the, or lift the garbage can. But yeah, I don't think it was a good idea for my maintenance man to come over this morning too close to me. I think he was taking a fucking risk. But we'll see. We'll see how he fares. We can use, I don't know, keep an eye on him. Make sure shit doesn't get out of, use him as like, I don't know, a litmus test. A litmus test each time. He'll be a great litmus test. You know what a litmus test is? Yeah. Something that makes sure that it's undying love for you is good each time. So you don't end up getting poisoned. Yeah, so you don't end up getting poisoned from it. Make sure all those fucking, I don't know, chemicals are right. Yeah, chemicals are right. So it doesn't kill you in the end. But I'm just crazy. I'd rather be a lab rat right now. God forbid. God forbid if I'm in a facility. You're fucked. You're fucked if I'm in a facility. Let's just say that. But a lab rat, yeah, totally. A lab rat. I could do that. No problem. Because so far, Jesus Christ has risen. I know that for a fact. I don't know how, but he did. This far. I don't know. But remember, Summer's Eve kind of maintenance. Summer's Eve type, if you know what I mean. It always works. Ask the gay boys. They figured it out a long time ago. Don't want to paint your bro stick, if you know what I mean. Anyways, that's when you start feeling weird shit in you. I don't know how you get it to other people, though. I don't know. Maybe. I'm sure it could. I'm pretty sure it could. You know. They're always kind of like, I don't know, test subjects, too. so, you know. Some are better than others, though. I'll tell you that. Some are better at knowing what to do than others. But yeah, don't be like that fat, dumb chud dude that just thinks it's gay, like wiping the shit off his ass. He's always the one. He's always the one. that has like a bunch of flies flying around his asshole. Great flies, just what we need. Me, the very clean guy that just can't seem to keep flies away from him. Wait until I get done. You can see my kitchen again when I'm done. And then you can determine, is James Kerby a slob or not? Because I've been working. I've been working in the kitchen. I gotta clean some more though. You'll figure it out, I hope. I heard about that. There's this like time traveler movie, TV show, I don't know, movie, whatever. It's a time traveler movie about this dude. I don't know if it's a documentary. I don't know if it's true. They say it's a fucking true thing, but apparently there was this guy, and he was a time traveler. I don't remember what it's called. I seen it though. But he was a time traveler, all right? And he said he came from the future. And somehow it was illegal for him to come into the future, but, they could time travel. So, he ended up going into the past, like time travel. And he ended up before COVID, right before COVID. He got here. Oh, I'm sorry, the first cough. The big cough that went around the world. So, yeah. And he said there's like this disease that happens. Right now my foot is hurting, so I'm hopping on one leg because it broke. It broke the other day, so I think it's healed now, but I still limp. But yeah, he came right before the big cough that went around the world, and he tried to warn people. They said, and then he hid away because they said they didn't have they had a lot of acid rain where he was from, and so he didn't have any body hair. Everybody was bald, and they all had to wear a certain kind of outfit and wear certain things. Like they were always dressed in PPE clothes. All their things were like PPE. So basically they wore I don't know if it's true. It could have been whatever. But I don't know if it's a true story. They said they found him dead anyway, so yeah. They chopped off his head and his hands. Apparently he had some kind of chips in there. I don't know, implants. But yeah. But somehow they figured out how to control whatever it was and how to manage it so that people could maintain their lives on Earth. So somehow everything became liberal, if you know what I mean. Like Democrats, all those ideas like green technology, free food, because people couldn't go out and work anymore or some shit. I don't know. So they all had to go to convenience stores and just pick up the food. But he said all these things were I don't know, disinfecting everything. I don't know. You disinfect, I forget what he said. You have to be clean. I remember that. I don't know if it's a true story or a fake one. But one of my psychic friends told me about it. I don't know why she was obsessed with bot flies, though. Now I know. should always show these bot fly kind of weird, like, infestation photos on people. It freaked me the fuck out. But I'm learning how to control it. Thank you. I think I am. I don't know. I'm doing my best. I know people out there can't. Some people out there can't, though. I'm sure if someone, whoever created this mess, they're already fucked. They don't know what to do. I'm sure they don't wash their pussy out every day. So, definitely not Summer's Eve every fucking day. And I'm sure you won't get Summer's Eve every day, too, here pretty soon. So you better learn how to keep that water going. Keep that water going nice and clean and fresh. But your ass is, I don't know. You come up with the lyrics to that song. I don't mind being a lab rat now. It's just my divine duties at this point. Thanks be to God. Tell me how to get shit done right. You know? That's how I see it. If it wasn't for God, I wouldn't know what the fuck to do. If you know what I mean. Oh, I was supposed to make some chocolate drinks. Sweet chocolate drinks, because I ran out of soda pop. So I'm going to throw some coffee and chocolate drinks in chocolate water. So thirsty for something different. I don't know. Like a big old dick. So, I don't know. Sorry, I don't mean to be silly or anything, but yeah, I'm crazy. Definitely don't want to be in a facility right now. That could be definitely a national security risk. Not because I'm a threat to myself and society. It's just I don't want to get anybody sick with my schizophrenia. You know, I don't want to pass schizophrenia all over the place to a bunch of retards that don't take showers. You know, that would just be nasty, dirty. They don't take showers. A lot of them. Those retarded, incapacitated fucks, yeah, they don't take showers. They don't clean. Yeah. They just smell like ass all day long. So, I've already taken 2 showers today. 2. With antibacterial soap. And I'm still walking. I'm still walking. So, I don't know if I'm doing it right, but I think I am. I think I am. I don't know. I'm figuring it out as I go. Apparently, nobody else had figured it out ahead of time, so what you gonna do? You know? What you gonna do? I don't know. So far, I got like some Clorox. I know that. When shit runs low, I got some Clorox. So, I don't know, but maybe it'll work for something. I don't know. I'll figure it out, I guess. Nobody else did. Yeah, nobody else figured that shit out. They just assumed it was gonna... Didn't think ahead of time. Had no clue ahead of time what to do in situations like this. There was no forethought. No forethought in deciding ahead of time what to do. All I know is just hopefully Azrael passes over my fucking apartment again. Again, let's just hope so. You know, the angel of death in Judaism and Islam. Not the Christianity doesn't believe in Azrael, the angel of death. I think we will after this. We just might as well call it, I don't know, Santa Muerte. Seems like she knows more than us. No matter how many times I fucking showed her to you. It's about fucking time Christianity, like the fucking Catholic Church says, yeah, we need to canonize her. She actually is a real saint. We just pretended she wasn't. Now she's pissed. At least the Mexicans figured that shit out. Right, my friends? Santa Muerte. Should have been a canonized saint a long, long time ago. Like, shit. When God created this earth. But the Jews and Muslims figured that out. Even the Asians did. Even the Asians. I'm not going to leave them out either. They figured it out. But somehow Christianity neglected to see. Azrael was actually an angel, right? So cleanliness is godliness. All right? Cleanliness is godliness. And that's just with some soap. So, all right. Let's make some chocolate drinks, my friend. After I get these jars clean. I'm going to just try it. I don't know. Cocoa. I know the sugar, it makes me sleep every time. I don't know why. Sugar just makes me pass out, but it never did it before. It used to make me hyper. Like hyper as fuck. But it makes me tired now. But I'll tell you this. I don't know. Maybe it works for something. I don't know. Maybe it works for something. Maybe you have to take it all the time. Who knows? Sugar. Maybe sugar's the... I don't know what it is. I don't know. Maybe it has some weird chemical composition to it. Just keeps making me rise from the dead. I don't know. I don't know. It could be wrong. There could be something else in it, but I didn't know there was something else in it, if you know what I mean. But we don't know. It could be dangerous. Who knows? It could be lethal. It could be whatever. It could, like, I don't know, take out millions in a second. So, who knows? But somehow I guess it works for me. I don't know. Let's just lab rat me, right? So that's probably the best mode of action in my opinion, lab rat. As far as everybody else, that's a lost cause, I think, at this point. Because they mamas never taught them how to clean up after themselves. I don't know. So I'm going to try to make, like, some chocolate drinks. Sweet chocolate drinks, because I'm thirsty as hell. It all sounds good in theory until you don't know how to fucking clean up. And I know a lot of those freaking, like, people from South Asia, fucking, like, just throw garbage all over the place, so, from what I hear. I don't know, maybe their houses are clean, I've heard too, though, but as far as, like, pisses and shitting in the streets, I don't know. I don't know how that works. I know we have electric toilets in Korea, though. Electric toilets. We have those there. I don't know if that works. It might. It might be better. Electric toilets. I don't know why. It might be better. They might clean themselves off or something. They might have like some kind of mechanism that just disinfects. I think Europe had one time. But, yeah. South Asians, I think they just piss and shit in the street and everybody just eats it. I don't know. Don't mean to sound like a fucking racist. But, you know, you ever see those fucking videos on TikTok where the Indian guy, he's sitting on the ground and he's just digging like a hole in the ground and pouring like fucking like, I don't know, like water into a bowl and feeding it to tourists. I don't know. I've seen it 1,000 times. TikTok tells you everything. What you gonna do? Call it a national security risk? It probably will save our lives, just like YouTube is doing right now. YouTube is saving our lives as we speak. If I didn't give you a step-by-step instructional on how to survive this terrible, terrible fucking whatever I have going, and if you catch it, then, you know, here are the signs and symptoms. This is what you need to do. Let's start with, I mean, I can imagine if they came up with a great instructional video on how to, manage and control certain things. Especially if you got other communicable diseases. You know, God knows what kind of mutation comes out of that at this point. Like I said, most people like me probably didn't even survive the first week. So you might as well find out when the big hitter hits, what you gonna do? I don't know. Call the angel team to come and fix shit. Make sure people like that don't get out of control again. I don't know. They cause problems for the world. But they shouldn't. Just because they, I don't know, at least we know I can get this far. This is the right method. This is the right, these are the right instructions this far. Everybody else is a lost cause. Nobody else got past this part of the Squid Games, I don't think, and recovered. So I've never seen the Squid Games, but I know so far I've made it this far. Not a lot have. Not a lot have. So I must be doing something right for the future. So, yeah. I hope so. I hope I'm doing it right. I hope I can give you a how-to in case of emergencies. Maybe I can save more lives. So yeah, there's these 3 things that I think are absolutely necessary. Undoubtedly. Water, electricity, and internet. If you ain't got those 3, you're fucked. So, I know that for a fact. You have to have those 3 things. Water, internet, and electricity. Not fuel at this point, because it's too risky. If you can get charging ports at your home, you're 100% like on target. Like sun charging, like, I don't know, green. It has to be green at this point. I'm not promoting it, but I just know it's probably the best mode I just know it's probably the better idea at this point, from my own experience. If I didn't have electricity, if the whole entire grid was down, yeah. If I didn't have and the whole grid went down, we'd all be fucked. Everybody would be fucked. Everybody. Everybody. Including the water. And including the electricity. Everybody would be fucked. Water, electricity, and internet. If you don't have those, you're fucked. It's like the cough that went around the world, but just like maximized. 2.0. How clean can you be now? Kind of thing. I don't know. Somehow I made it this far. I know everybody else hasn't, but I have. According to TikTok. According to TikTok. So I must be doing it right. Something right. Something. I don't know. I just, by the grace of God, whatever God tells me to do. So I just follow those instructions. I'll just let the Chinese try to figure something out, or the Americans if they're up for the challenge now, because they've already created the problem, but not the solution. We can create a solution. I'm not saying we can't, but we really need to buck up now. We really need to buck up. It's no more of this crazy shit. We need to buck up at this point. We need to put on our big boy pants and figure out a solution. Just in case. Just in case. And that solution isn't. Yeah. Remember, you don't know how far the lab rat is going to make it. So, if you don't know how far the lab rat's going to make it, then you won't know how far you're going to make it. So the lab rat is giving you a step-by-step tutorial on how to survive this shit without medical attention and food and any resources available. So, yeah. Remember that. I don't know, maybe some kind of genetic sequencing that reverses everything. I don't know. Who knows? We'll see. Team China or Team USA is better at this point. Because I think Team India sucks. I don't think Team India is going to make it this year. I think Team India is going to have the worst time. And we'll all find out. But yeah, electric toilets, clean water, and internet. I think that's the best, so far from what I know. Just what I know. I don't know. I'm doing my best. I'm trying to get that A+. I'm not the professor. I'm trying to teach or show the professor I know the material right. I think I do. Can't flunk this year. Can't flunk it. I don't want to go back. I don't want to get. I don't know. Psychiatric craziness. I don't know. But yeah. So far, I've made it this far. I know for a fact, like I said, not everybody has. Not everybody has. So, lab rat. If I can make it, you can. If I can do it, you can. So, if I can do it, you can. So, just a beginner how-to guide, I think. Starting off with just cleaning, washing, soap, everything. Making sure everything's disinfected. Clorox, everything. Bleach, make sure surfaces are clean. Shower regularly. Hard abrasive soaps. Not cheap soaps like bar soap, or dish soap is fine for dishes, but ultimately you want like almost like an acne soap, one that destroys bacteria and other things like that. So something that just strips like the dirtiness off you, like really strips, like all those like things like I don't know. One time my doctor said salicylic acid is good, so I've been using it for years. So salicylic acid, but I don't know if it's the right one. Still, I don't know. I don't. So far, it's worked a little bit, but I don't know. And then I've been converting over to other ones because I'm running out of salicylic acid. So, then I'm using like this other one that has like a really harsh, feels like menthol on your skin. Like it feels like menthol on your skin. That had good results, but I don't know. It runs out quick. It feels like menthol on your skin, and it's like acne stuff. So I noticed that had good results, but the first day I used it. I'm saving it in case of emergency. Trying to save the rest for emergencies. So. I don't know, for some reason I like cleaning my food now. Like washing it and then re-seasoning it. Anything canned, I guess. Like vegetables. Meats, probably not anymore. Though I want one. Oh God, I'd love to sink my teeth into a fucking steak right now. But I don't know if I can, or that's a good or bad idea. So far the mayonnaise has been okay. The mayonnaise, and that has egg products in it, so I believe egg is fine. So, and I've been using like the mac and cheese dairy thing for my curry. So, just to give it kind of like a creamier flavor, creamier. So, I don't know if there's actual dairy in it though. I'm not sure. It might be generic. It might have like more like just chemical based. I don't know. I don't know if that changes anything. So. But somehow I noticed an improvement after that. Like started eating healthier and cleaner living. So like making sure like everything's clean. Just like everything's clean. So I know I just don't want to spread schizophrenia all over the place in a facility. Yeah. So I'd rather just be a lab rat. I don't want to spread schizophrenia all over the place. That could be dangerous, real dangerous. Real dangerous. Because like I said, some guys in fucking the mental wards, some chicks and guys, they don't shout. So future how to do it right. And so far, I know we've already lost probably a couple who done it all wrong, who don't know what they're doing. who had no clue, and now they're out. Yeah, they're out. So they don't win the Squid Games in the end. I don't know if I can survive it, but I'll try. I'm trying. Anyways, do I need coffee? Yeah, I probably should drink some coffee. It would be a good idea. Yeah. So, I probably won't be so, cranky. I don't know, sometimes coffee gives me the shits, too, so, kind of clears me out. It's a detox, detoxing your body. Making sure all the garbage is out. Because it's a lot more dangerous if you don't know what the hell to do in the end. It's safer to know at least what to do. Not everybody knows what to do in the end. But at least I'm trying to figure it out, right? So like I said, I'm giving you I'm trying my best. I'm trying to show you, piece by piece, step by step, how to be resurrected like Jesus Christ. I think so far everyone can do it. I think so far, maybe everyone can do it if they do the necessary precautions. I think I got this right. I don't know, but I think so. I don't know if there's anybody out there that's winning the Squid Games this far, but Squid Games is not easy, I'll tell you that. Not everybody can win the Squid Games. Only the best of the best thing. Some people are meant to win the Squid Games. And some people are just meant to, I guess, fall to the wayside, no matter how much they don't want to. So. I don't mean to be facetious or rude in any way, but I think some people were meant to be in charge for a reason. And now we know how to do things right. So now we know. This is how we do it. Right. So let me clean up right quick, make sure everything looks nice and clean. Make sure, alright, doesn't look a mess. Area is disinfected, clean, polished. I'm trying to hold out on using the antibacterial soap on surfaces because I might need it later. So right now I'm using just regular dish soap for right now, but usually I use some kind of antibacterial soap just to make sure everything's disinfected off the surfaces. I would use Clorox, definitely bleach if I could. So bleach would probably be my first choice. Because they don't like bleach. The flies hate bleach. So far, I know that for a fact. Regardless, they just don't like it. All right, my feet hurt a little bit, so I might sit down, but I gotta get shit boiled, and then I'm gonna show you how to make a paste out of chocolate drinks. So we're gonna make a chocolate drink, I think, out of just whatever I have. So I don't know. Maybe it'll work. I don't know, but we'll see. We're testing out the future, seeing how it runs. Not a bad idea, I guess. At least we know. At least we know in the future what to do. So, at least we know in the future what to do. At first I was mad because my legs hurt, but you know, every day is not Sunday. So alright. I'm gonna make some coffee real quick. Because I'm just thirsty for something, I don't know. Alright, so this is what I'm making. I just cleaned up my surfaces again, so made sure everything's nice and clean and polished. So the flies don't come in here because they like to come up from in there. And that's where Annie Wilkes lives. Yeah. She hates me. She's from like Stephen King's Misery, and I'm like Ed Harris. She wants me like unable to walk. She wants to break my legs. So the flies like to go back up there when they see me down here fucking working and cleaning. So as you can tell, they always go back up in there. So chocolate drink, I'm using this, and sugar, and let's see, I'm trying to use this, so trying to use up that. So it looks like a mess, I know. I'm gonna clean it up. I'm sorry. Lazy me. So, I don't know if it'll work, but you know, down and out, doing my best. Oh yeah, and I'm gonna use coffee. So sugar, this, that's sugar, coffee, mix it up, and put it in like the refrigerator in these jars. So for something to drink. So kind of thirsty. Although I do have these. Like, I think this would work. Gator Light, and some Kool-Aid. So these are the only things I have left. So I'm trying to spread it out with this and sugar. So I don't know. Definitely oil is fine. Oil is good. I know that. If you need a fat-based thing in your food, oil, heavy oil. Vegetables and oil are never a bad thing. I don't know about, I use margarine, so it's cheaper, but I do like butter. I do. It's just, I don't know if it's safe to, at this point, I don't know if it's safe. And it's not because I'm being paranoid or anything like that, but I don't know if it's good for my body or so. Yeah, I've been able to stand a little better now, so I don't know if that has anything to do with it. So initially, when I first started out, it was really difficult to like When I was eating meat, I noticed I was getting sicker. So. Well, I'm making some coffee, and then I'm going to make a chocolate drink. I might take a break after this. I'm tired. Let's see. But yeah, I don't mind being a lab rat. I'm fine with that. I understand. Someone's got to do it. I'm probably the best candidate. You did get that part right. Because I know a lot of people, according to TikTok, didn't make it into the Squid Games. I don't know if that's too much. What do you guys think? Probably too much. Probably should save some for later, right? Let's do that. Augustus, save some for later. I know it sounds crazy, but I just don't want to spread my schizophrenia all over the place. Especially when I haven't been on HIV/AIDS medication in a while. And I was meant to just peel out on the first week. But according to statistics, that happened to a lot of other folks, not me. Somehow I managed to figure it out this far. Somehow. I don't know how, but somehow. That looks good. We'll do that. So, I'll just put that up there. Here's some sugar. We'll just dump a whole bunch. Why the fuck not, right? We all love sugar. So far I know that's okay. It makes me sleepy. It makes me sleepy though, for some reason. But I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna cut the sugar with chocolate syrup. I guess. Somehow hopefully it works with coffee. I'm trying to do an advertisement, so. I know it sounds crazy, so much sugar, but somehow it works. I don't know what it is. Somehow it works. Makes me tired, but it makes, somehow it works. Alright. Because now I'm just limping. I'm just limping. I'm not like, my feet still hurt. My body's numb. But, yeah. We'll go with that. So we're going to make like a chocolate paste. And I'm just going to dump a bunch of, I don't know. You might want to ask the people who did this to me how to stop it, because I'm sure they don't know how. I'm sure they wouldn't survive the first week. All right. Coffee. Great value. Walmart brand. I'm just going to dump it into my pots. Some coffee. But yeah, when I was eating meat, yeah, my foot like broke. So I don't know what it was. It could have been something, I didn't see anything. But it felt like I got shot in the leg, so, with a bullet. But I didn't see anything, so. You guys saw how bad it was, though. But I know my foot was broken, but it healed. I got a limp. I got a pimplint, though. I tell you that. I got a pimplint. Back in like the 1990s, they called it a pimplint, I think. I don't know. 80s and 90s. Pimplint. Where the old fucker used to just limp. Yeah. Alright. So I got coffee. Alright. We got my coffee going, and then I'm going to make a paste. Like a paste. And I'm going to put it in there. So, and then I'm going to put it in those. So, I think it's okay. There's no real, I don't think there's much dairy products in there. I think it's mostly vegan. So, I don't know if vegan has anything to do with it, though. You might have to experiment and figure that out with other people, because so far I know I'm just I'm veganing it right now, and everything's kind of working out in that favor. Vegan, somehow it just works. I don't know. I would go soy though, if I could, but it always makes me feel so light and airy, you know. So I don't know if this works. So oh well, we'll come back to it. Anyways, I need a break. Doing all this work. So I'm gonna make this and just dump it. Should I dump it in, kids? Yeah. Actually, let's do this. We'll just start with the, yeah. And then I'll pour it through a strainer or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. It'll work. I'll let it sit for a second and just absorb. It sounds crazy, I know, but we might have to dilute it. Couldn't be a bad idea, though. Let me see. Let me wash something real quick. Let me wash that, and I'll take a break. I'll try. So I'll wash this. We'll take a break. I'll come back, and we'll do my cooking show real quick on how to make. Oh, I'll make it down. How to make I don't know. I'll figure this out. Maybe. How to make chocolate drinks with the least amount of ingredients. Hopefully it turns out good. I'm sure it's got coffee in it. A little caffeine. Wash this, get it all cleaned up, and I'm taking a break. I hope I'm doing this right. Like I said, I've taken 2 showers with antibacterial soap today. So. And I made sure I did my whole summer's eve, brings back freshness every time kind of deal. Because I'm gay like that, you know? I'm gay like that. So. Just to make sure you don't have little bugs floating around. I know it sounds crazy, but I don't want to give everybody my schizophrenia. I don't know what it's called. I just call it schizophrenia. So it just seems normal. Somehow I made it, like I said, this far. So I know I made it this far in the Squid Games. I'm sure there's been a lot of contestants that have been taken out in the Squid Games this far, though. I can assure you that. So if Walmart wants to do a drone drop, please, Walmart. Any of your store-bought brands at this point, soap and foods, just foods. I don't care at this point. We can experiment with meat again. Something like just the hamburger patties. We'll try that again. We'll see if it works or not. If it doesn't, I'll figure something out. I'm sure I could. Like, cut it down to like just flavoring or something, you know. I don't know. So it's not so, I don't know, intrusive into the system. So. But like I said, I don't want to spread schizophrenia all over the place. That would be bad. I can't imagine everybody having schizophrenia somewhere all at once. That would be bad. I mean, as far as I've gotten thus far, schizophrenia all over the place would be bad. I don't know if anybody else has gotten this far, but I know I have. Somehow I keep rising. I don't know how. Alright, I'm gonna fill my sugar bowl up like Nina Simone says. If I had a little sugar in my bowl. I had a little sugar in my bowl. So at least I have some. A little bit. That's all that matters. But yeah. I wouldn't advise that my maintenance man come around me anymore. Not because I don't like him. I just think I don't want to spread my schizophrenia on that. I mean, he's a good-looking guy. I'm sure he gets a lot of bitches. So. Anyways, I'll be back real quick. We'll just go and smoke a cigarette real quick. I know. I'd rather be the lab rat at this point. So we know how to win the Squid Games from now on. I'm like the cheat sheet, I guess, for all the frat boys. The smart Asian guy that seems to know how to do everything right. All right, so I'm sorry, I don't mean to be like so blatant, but I'm American. I'm American. I'll tell it like it is. I don't care. Even if I guess my head's on the chopping block, at least you know. At least you know. I get this far. Showers, bathing, laundry. Consistent. Clean the house. Keep keep your floors clean, real clean. Don't walk with your shoes in the house. That's going to trail in whatever it might be out there. So be careful about. Make sure your floors are like shampooed before. Yeah. If you don't clean them regularly, make sure they're shampooed, vacuumed, everything tip top. At this point, I could really use Rosie, the robot, to do like hardcore deep cleaning. Because like deep cleaning is, I don't know if you know what deep cleaning is, but deep cleaning, yeah. Anyways, deep cleaning is a must. Almost every day, almost every day. So maintaining good hygiene, regular good hygiene is a plus too. So especially if you think you get infections or um, whatever. Yeah. I mean, my leg looks better a little bit, but it's numb. It's dripping right now, but that's after, I'll show it to you. After I put antibacterial soap on it. So it seems to be pussing now. I'll show you. Um, so you understand what I'm talking about. I don't know if that's a good thing, but I'll probably wash it off. So more than likely, I'll wash it off. Make sure it's cleaned off before I go back to work. So yeah, yeah, I totally didn't think I'd make it this far. I thought I was gonna be like, I thought I was a goner. I really did. Who knows? Tomorrow might be a different day. I might feel differently. But somehow I just keep waking up the next day. So somehow. I probably have to do laundry again tomorrow. So, but the sheets just look dirty to me for some reason. I don't know. There's another fly. God damn it. You hear it? I don't know where these flies are coming from. So if you start having flies around, you know something's going on. Like copious amounts of flies. Like an ungodly amount. It just doesn't make sense. Especially a guy like me who maintains. Like I've seen people who are way dirtier than me. See, it's a bot fly, I think. It's just so big and it darts at you. It like attacks you. Okay, there it is. Yep. It's on the phone. See? That thing is a huge fly. And it only goes after your skin and shit. So there's my garbage. I need to get it out. But I'm probably going to recycle everything now. So I think recycling. I'm going to have to recycle some of that shit now. Nothing. All right, nothing. So, sorry, I hate to be a piss on society and ask for like a drone drop off. If I got one, I know. Maybe that's there. The fly went out. See, the fly went out. Thank God. The fly left. Probably thought it was too clean in here. Probably thought it smells too clean. Smells like Clorox. I don't like it. does not smell clean enough, or does not smell dirty enough. I don't know, she doesn't have enough sanitary napkins in her garbage can or something, or snot rags or whatever. There's another one that left, thank God. But somehow I made it this far. Oh yeah, my leg. Alright. Looks like that right now. But I'm gonna clean it up. I'm gonna clean it up. I don't know if that's good or bad, but I'm gonna clean it up. Wasn't looking that bad, but I used antibacterial soap, so it might, like, maybe I need to clean it up better. So, we'll see. Usually I use salicylic acid, and then I use like another product that, it's an acne product that feels like, has menthol in it. When I used that, everything in my body went ape shit. I don't know what was in it, but it felt like it did not like it, whatever it was. It had some kind of really, really like harsh, like menthol kind of feel to it. I don't know if they thought it was a good idea, but at least I know how to control it thus far. Without HIV medications. So, without access to HIV medications. Because right now I'm no longer undetectable. I'm probably transmittable, so I wouldn't come near me. I definitely wouldn't come near me, because I'd probably infect you now. Not because I resisted, because I can't get to my doctor. I'm crippled. And I don't want that shot anymore because I can't walk. My legs are all fucked up. I can't walk now. So. And I don't think Ryan White Part B even exists for me anymore. So therefore I'm not getting any more HIV AIDS medication from Ryan White Part B, which I've been on for like since 2013. I don't know, lab rat. See how this goes. So far, I know Debbie and what's her name? Annie Wells. Yeah, they keep going towards their homes. So. So we know that structures are important. Like housing units. Somehow contained housing units are important. Like quarantine style. That's a good idea. So make everything utilitarian in terms of pandemic relief or something, or pandemic safety. That's going to be a necessary thing in the future, I think. Until everybody's on board on how hygiene is supposed to be maintained properly. In these times. So. I don't know, it sounds crazy, I know, but I just don't want to give everybody schizophrenia, if you know what I mean. It's like giving everybody HIV. I don't want to get in trouble for that. Okay, fly, leave. Alright. There it left. Alright, great. I don't know why I have so many flies. Probably because of the garbage. But they like her house better, so. They're not in my living room, really. They're in my bedroom, which is weird. I have no garbage in there, though. I have everything close to the door, so. But they like my bedroom, where I hang out pretty much all day. But yeah, I'm going to show you how I wash my leg real quick after I'm done taking a break. And I'm going to sign off, and then we'll get back to my cooking show. I think this time I'm going to use a mixture of water and so many parts salicylic acid acne wash. So therefore I can spread out that salicylic acid and still get some kind of disinfectant relief off of it. So I don't know if it works, but it seems like it's working. I'll show you the brand I'm using. It's another Walmart brand too. So I think I like it. I think it's good. It's Equate. I'm so Balenciaga in that regards. Balenciaga. You know, generic brands. You know, making do with garbage. So it works. I mean, who else would buy like a garbage bag that's fashionable? I would. I would. Or like, I don't know, a shopping plastic sack that looks fashionable. I would. It might cost thousands of dollars, but it looks cool. Everybody won't pay attention to me though. They think I'm trash, but I don't care. That's the image I'm going to project. Trash. I don't know, some people call it trashy chic though. I don't know. Ugly chic. I like ugly chic. The Denmark Gervasala style. Like where everything just looks like trash. Not like I walk around with fancy like weird things. I like everything to look like trash. Alright, see? Yeah, they went straight to my bedroom. A fly went straight to my bedroom. There's garbage right there. It went straight to my bedroom. I can't figure it out. I hope it gets stuck. And they go straight to my bedroom. I don't know why. They're going straight to my bedroom. Hopefully they get stuck. I'm gonna have to be calm. There's garbage right here and they won't even go to it. They don't even go to the garbage. They go straight to my bedroom. And there's no garbage in there. There's nothing to eat. Absolutely not. And now they're leaving, see, because they don't find anything. And then they go back. Now they're going to the kitchen and they don't find anything. Oh, I'm sure it's too clean in there. They'll go up in the vent. I'll check. I better check that chocolate real quick so it doesn't get in the chocolate. Now I'm gonna wash my leg real quick. So. Make sure chocolate, sorry. That's not getting in the chocolate, so chocolate's fine. Everything's. I don't think they like coffee. I don't think they like coffee much. So I'm just gonna cover it with one hand, right? We'll just do that for now. So make sure, yeah. All right. Anyways, make sure everything's covered. Make sure those little bugs don't get into them. I think it went up in there. I think it ultimately just went up in there. Probably found somebody else who had a dirty place or some shit that it liked better. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to do when I clean my leg. So real quick. I'm just going to do it real quick. So just get the dirties off. Oh, fuck. Anyways, that gets hard on that leg. But I'm going to take off my sock. I'm just going to wash down my leg. So I use this. I don't have much of it left, but it's made in the USA. So hopefully to me, it's good. It's made in the USA. So, but I have to cut it down. So you can see that it's cut it down. So anyway, yeah, and equate. I used that earlier, so I don't know if it helped, but we'll see. Wash my leg down. Really wash it. Now it's hot water, so hot water is good. Power blast. I'm all about power blast now. Before I was about rain trickling, but power blast is, yeah, power blast is the best. So. All right, so we got that far. Now, when I'm done washing it, with the soap, I'm just gonna step in here real quick. When I'm done washing it with the soap, I really wash my hands afterwards too. So I make sure everything's clean. So, yeah. So, clean. And then, I don't know if that HIV really affects anything, but might. So everything's clean. Everything, you gotta clean down everything. So there we go. Hopefully it looks better. I usually just get everything down from there after that. Just make sure everything's washed down after that. So. See how vascular I am? I don't understand how vascular I am. How fucking vascular I am. So. How did I get so vascular? I don't know. Yeah. Clean, clean, clean. All right. So I'm gonna wash my hands real quick. Let's see. I'm gonna turn this around. So then you want to wash your hands real quick. Just make sure everything's just clean, clean, clean. So. All right. I'm gonna take a break. I got that shit done. So let me take a break a little bit. I'll get back to you. We'll do cooking with James, making chocolate drinks. So when you're on a budget. I hope Walmart likes the fact that I'm like their biggest advertiser at that point. I guess all their Walmart brands. So I like them. All right, bye.